Hello everyone! Today we have r/confessions, where people get their dirty secrets off their chest. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel because I really want to get to 120 subscribers as soon as possible. I married for money. I grew up poor. I lived in a car with my mom most of my life. I never got a chance. My mom even purposely held me back from school just so she can receive child support from my bio father longer. In my late teens, I started working a minimum wage job where I met my now husband. I was initially attracted to him because he's wealthy, but my husband is 9 years older than me. I even stole money from him when we were just dating because I never thought he would see anything with me long term. He still doesn't know I've stolen money from him. I didn't love him when I married him. The truth is, I did fall in love with him slowly after we got married. I knew the only way I could have a better life was using him as a ticket to finally live above my means. My husband is a 7-figure earner. I used him to gain a college education. He put me through school. I have my BA in communication studies. I don't have any of that. I have traveled a bit too. I learned I don't like traveling though. Dealing with language barriers is just a lot and makes the trip extremely stressful. And after you see so many places, it's just another museum, statue or river, just in a different location. I did work after I got my degree. I worked in marketing and I didn't like it. I dabbled in other types of work, but I didn't want to work anymore, and my husband said I'll never have to work again if I don't want to, and I loved that. I used to feel bad because I don't have any ambition or work drive, but honestly, nobody in this world would want to work a boring 9-to-5 job if they didn't have to either, so I don't feel bad anymore. My husband did cheat on me a couple of times throughout our marriage, but I don't care. I'm staying because I need to survive. I really don't care for love. Love doesn't pay your bills or your lifestyle. I grew up in poverty and I'm never going back to that. I retired from working in my 20s and I don't regret it. I do have children and I love them so much. I also reconciled with my mother and bought her own place near my house. Well, if you are happy and you're not regretting anything, that's amazing. I use my roommate's face towel to clean up his pee. He still hasn't noticed. I go to college in Midwest United States. I live in a dorm and have a roommate who shares a bathroom with me. He's not from the United States and seems a little nervous to talk to anybody who isn't from his home country. The first few weeks of college, I started to notice pee on the toilet seat. No big deal, I cleaned it up, but after the 10th time, I asked him if he could stop peeing on the toilet seat, or if he does, wipe it up. He said okay and went on his way. About 3 months later, I started to notice pee all over the floor, toilet seat, and all around the toilet. Worse than before. I used my own toilet paper to clean it and started going through it very quickly, so it was getting expensive. I ended up walking over to his side of the counter and grabbing one of his extra towels. I've been using it to clean pee for about 1 month now, and I've definitely noticed a change of color due to the urine and the fact that I've never seen him wash it. Well, he's either a huge douche or maybe he's so stressed that his eyesight decreasing, but I think it's the first option. He's a douche. Getting rich of all my neighbors' laundry room use. I live in an older apartment building and our laundry room consists of 2 washers and 2 dryers. These machines are the old school add $1 in quarters to start type. What people don't know is the receptor that catches quarters after the machines are started is always unlocked, and you can take your quarters back anytime. I found this out a week or so ago, and to date, I've made around $30 and done my laundry absolutely free. My husband left me for his high school sweetheart. My ex-husband, we will call him Joe. We have been married for 7 years, but Joe always had love for this woman he knew in his entire life. But things were always complicated for them due to family. Joe's high school sweetheart, we will call her by her nickname Angel. She belongs to a very strict cultural background, and she's not allowed to marry outside her race and culture. They had a secret relationship when they were younger, but it did get leaked out, and Angel's parents took her out of public school and put her into private school and forced all communication to be cut between them. Joe and Angel always kept in touch here and there, and they gave updates on their life. Joe did end up moving on with his life and lost in touch with Angel, since he felt like he was wasting his life waiting for someone he can never be with. He was really hurt having to let her go. I've honestly never seen someone this in love. It was actually crazy that he was more in love with another woman than his own wife. I was always a placeholder for Joe. He does love me, but it will never compare for the love he has for Angel. It will always be her. That hurts for me to admit, but it's true. It will always be Angel. Angel and Joe reconnected over the years without my knowledge. They were having an affair on and off since they reconciled during COVID. Which is insane because I was in the hospital during COVID and now the puzzle pieces are connecting. They stopped talking again because it wasn't right that he was cheating on me. I guess he does have a conscience, but nope. They ended up reconnecting again. They had an adult and emotional affair on and off for several years. It's funny and crazy at the same time that their relationship has always been a secret, but their love never faded away. It always grew stronger. It hurt finding their old letters from high school and from the present day while I was still married to him. I read pages of their long love letters through his email too. I just cannot believe how much they love each other, even after a time with so much absence. I guess I thought they would eventually forget about each other, but I was wrong. Angel's dad passed away when she was in her late teens. Her mother passed away due to cancer in 2017. Her parents weren't going to stop them from being together anymore, since they're dead now. Joe was there for her after her mother passed. Joe kept telling Angel that he will leave me, but there hasn't been a right time because I've been through a lot over the past couple years after COVID. It was a really hard time for me. I also lost my job at the time, my childhood cat also passed away, my best friend unalived herself. Then it gets worse. I found out about his affair. Long story short, he really thought that he could find a better time to leave me when it would be less inconvenient for me. He made me feel like he was doing me a favor or something by staying longer since my life was such a mess, but he was only just causing me more pain. He did tell me he was really sorry, but he did say that it will always be her. He never stopped loving her. Angel also apologized to me. I don't even hate her. Aside from being a homewrecker, she does seem like a genuinely good person, but the circumstances were just unfortunate. Me and Joe were never meant for each other. We shouldn't have been together in the first place. It was always Joe and Angel. My husband divorced me and married Angel, and they have been married for almost 4 years. And they even have a baby together. You know, everything keeps telling me it will get better, but honestly, I don't think it ever will. I don't think many people can understand having so many of your years stolen from you by someone else under no control of your own. It's really hard to just forget about all the years of my life with a man who I love more than anything. I feel like I was robbed from my happiness. I feel like that you severely need therapy because you have to let it go. I have been sleeping in a closet in my own house for months. I live by myself in a nice condo that I own with a king-size mattress that I spent several $1,000s on. But I've been sleeping on the floor in a closet for months and keeping this a secret from everyone. If people are coming over, I'll quickly put some bedding on the mattress so it looks like it's in use. But really, I line the closet floor with my comforter at night. My bed is more comfortable, but I still shut myself in a small closet at night with a fan blowing through a crack in the door. I get anxiety when I lay in my bed. I feel exposed, I dream of passing, and often wake up in terrors several times a night. Usually it strikes the moment I drift into sleep. My body jolts awake as if I was resisting falling asleep. I went to the ER twice over the last 2 years because I laid awake full of adrenaline for more than 8 hours in a bed until sunrise, thinking I had a heart issue because my heart rate was escalating at night in a bed by myself. After 4 EKGs and some x-rays, the doctors said it's all in my head. It began with getting out of bed and laying on the floor so that I wouldn't fall asleep, because that leads to the jolting awake over and over again. Eventually, I moved into the closet to lay against some piles of clothing on the ground, which led to bringing a pillow and a blanket. I don't get the panic attacks and night terrors in the closet, so I've continued to do it. But I've been in the closet for months now. and I still haven't told a soul. Keeping it secret is hard though, so I'm telling you guys. Well, I'm very happy that it works for you, but maybe it's not a long-term solution. Guys, what do you think? What can be done in this situation? Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. You can also watch that awesome video or this awesome playlist. See you next time!